couple of weeks ago, a number of Fed officials issued statements that made market participants believe that the regulator would raise the key interest rate by only 25 basis points at the upcoming meeting, and this is what largely caused a protracted and steady decline in the US dollar. As a result, a weaker greenback contributed to a rise in a number of currencies and other financial instruments, including commodities. This once again confirms an inverse correlation between the dollar and all other financial assets. However, St. Louis Fed President James Bullard said yesterday that he would prefer policymakers stay on an aggressive path until they saw compelling evidence that the inflation cooling was not temporary. This forced traders to revise their expectations towards a 50 basis point rate hike, which in turn led to an instant rally in the dollar. Against this background, oil prices collapsed to $84 from over $87 per barrel. At the moment, the market is experiencing a rebound, which is not surprising after such a steep drop. Given that oil was among those to show the strongest reaction, its local downside potential is almost exhausted. Thus, the most likely suggests consolidation at current levels. Nevertheless, its chance of extending losses is now somewhat higher than that of resuming gains. Apparently, oil prices will try to return to $80 per barrel in the near future. If the price fixes below 83, it will continue its bearish move. Otherwise, the asset may enter a sideways range and then reverse. Gold was also affected by James Bullard's speech. It fell from almost $1,925 to $1,900. Like oil, the yellow metal is currently in a correction. The situation is similar, and that its slight consolidation is likely to be followed by an attempt to dip below $1,900. At a first glance, the ruble remained steady. However, the previous trading day was marked by no attempts to go below the level of 68 rubles per dollar. So, the statement of the head of the St. Louis Federal Reserve still had an impact on the Russian currency by limiting its upside potential. If the dollar keeps rising across the board, it will most likely advance to 70 from 69 rubles. If the price is able to consolidate above the 70 mark, at least on the 4-hour chart, the volume of long positions will increase. In this case, the greenback may well hit for the area of 72 or 73. And that's all for now. We continue to learn developments on financial markets. Subscribe to our channel and follow news with us. See you soon.